cannot be said that we have no will to control the mind. The very fact that all of us have our own inner struggles indicates that we have the willpower to control the mind. But in most cases, this will to control the mind is not very strong. My dear friends, this is the second part of the Mind and its Control series. My name is Prince Aryan. If you have not watched the first part of this series, be sure to watch it because we have taken some inspiration in that video. Today, in this video, we would be understanding this thing that how to control or how to strengthen the willpower to control the mind. Our will to control the mind can never be strong until and unless we have deliberately and irrevocably renounced the pleasure as one of the main pursuits of our life. The canner which eats away the vitality of our will to control the mind is the pursuit of pleasure. It's something like this. If you have a servant who is aware that you depend on him, procure to your drugs. And if you both enjoy the drug together, you can never control the servant. The same case is with the mind. The mind, which we use for seeking pleasure and enjoying pleasure, we can never control until we give up seeking pleasure. Even after giving up this pursuit, it will be not easy to control the mind because the mind will always have past incidents to cite to embarrass us. The strength of our will to control the mind will be in proportion to the strength and intensity of our renunciation of the pursuit of pleasure. Unless the pleasure motive is overcome, no matter what else we do, we can never perfectly control the mind. The derivation of this truth is those who have reluctant to renounce the pleasure motive and are not sincere enough wanting to control their mind, whatever their professions. By renunciation of the pursuit of pleasure is not mean to renunciation of the pursuit of joy or bliss. By pleasure, it is meant the enjoyment of the sense pleasures or the gratifications arising from what Sri Ramakrishna calls the unripe ego, both which construct the attainment of joy and bliss. They are taken together. It is by going beyond the pleasure and pain that one attains joy and bliss, which is the very goal of the life. There is no question of giving up desire for joy or bliss, for it is integral for us, our real nature being existent knowledge bliss. About the method of overcoming the pleasure motive, something will be said in the next section. Opposite opposites sometimes look alike. Two of persons do not have inner struggles. Those who have unquestioning slaves of their lower nature, and the second ones, those who have completely mastered their lower nature. All other have inner struggles, which are in result of inadequate and unsuccessful attempts at controlling the mind. Inadequate attempts are indications of weak will and lack of knowledge to how to control the mind. The most important thing is to strengthen will to such a degree that even the face of repeated failures we are not disheartened. Rather, that we, every new failure to control the mind, we aroused the new, fresh endeavors with new enthusiasm. Now, how do we strengthen this will to control the mind? We have to remove the cause of weakness of will and we have to inject strength into it, ensuring the presence of suitable causes. No doubt some of us have struggled with our minds, but have faced repeated failures. So we have to come to believe that controlling the mind is not for us. Another reason for the weakness of the mind is that important the most of us have perhaps not clearly thought what exactly at stake in the control of mind. Now this thing we are going to understand in our next part. If we had the sheer instinct for survival which we have derived in us the strength of our will to control the mind. As regards our failures to control the mind, we need not to be unduly exercised. It has been an easy task for even the noblest man, the nature of the mind being restless. Now, as in the last video, I have given the example of Sri Krishna and Arjuna. Like that, let me give you one example of Sri Krishna and Arjuna today also. Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, the turbulent senses of Arjuna do violently snatch away the mind of even a wise man, striving for perfection. For the mind which follows in the wake of wandering senses carries away his discrimination as the wind carries away, and the wind carries off its course a boat on the waters. Like that only Gautam Buddha teaches. If one man conquers in a battle 1,000 men 1,000 times, and if another conquers him, the latter, is the greater conqueror. From these two conversations, we can understand that controlling the mind is the most difficult task in the world. It is indeed a hero's task. So, hence, occasionally or repeatedly, failures to control the mind should not be taken too seriously. Failure should be taken as spurs to more determined, sustained, and intelligent efforts. For we are assured by the great teachers that perfect control of the mind is possible. All thoughts of the contrary must be eschewed like a poison. For this video, friends, this much. In the next video, we will be understanding while controlling the mind what is at the stake. Now, my dear friends, if you don't know about this mind and its control series, then be sure to go to Prince Master Champ. Okay, so there you will find one playlist in which mind and its control. The videos will be there. Till now, two episodes are being given. The first episode talking about mind control is difficult yet possible. And this is the second episode. So if you want more such motivation and educational content, then be sure to subscribe our channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get notifications. And for this video, that much, and I will be meeting you in my next video. Till then, stay tuned.